Okay, so when I started this whole like follow me for 30 days and I'm going to be posting consistently for 30 days, I knew it was going to be difficult because I decided on the Monday night and I started posting on the Tuesday. And obviously with that, there doesn't come much planning, but luckily I have ADHD, and to be honest, if I don't do a plan there and then, or a piece of content there and then I will probably go off the idea and then I'll end up doing something else where I get distracted and it wouldn't work. So that's why the 30 days has actually worked quite well for me, I would say. But that being said, today I have been so mardy, and there are a few reasons that I have been mardy. So what you see in like a day in the life of, oh, I work from home, like I'm in a tracksuit, I can work remotely, I can work from anywhere, I can go for Pilates whenever I want, which actually I'm going to do after this this recording, sorry. But anyway, it is not all bliss, and today I am so mardy and I'm just moody at the world. And yeah, so for a bit of context, I was diagnosed with ADHD like November last year. It was around my birthday, obviously through the NHS, so I had to wait another 6 months before I got on any medication. But because a few of my family, they have been diagnosed before and got on medication and said that it's helped, I was really looking forward to it. And yesterday I didn't take my medication until I'd walked Sevian, because we went for a long walk. It ended up being like late morning, and then I had a coffee because I've really struggled to give up caffeine because I just love coffees. And it meant that I didn't sleep till 2 a.m. last night, which is crazy for me. And while I was going to sleep, I kept on thinking about Kanye's betrayal list. And I was like, because I was laughing, where if someone asked me to go for like a coffee or a breakfast or to a Pilates class or anything really, if I've had a bad experience, I will 100% be boycotting that place. And it's such a weird thing that I have, where it's just like, I feel so hard done by if whatever they deliver isn't the service or like the product that I'm used to. So the latest one, I was like, I could have cried at this point, because I ordered an iced Americano at a cafe that's local to me, and they gave me over this coffee, and it was honestly like as if I'd got an iced espresso. Like the coffee cup was about this big. It was so tiny, and I was so stunned that I didn't even say anything at the time. I was like listening to a podcast, like, what's going on? And then left. And yeah, I've just never gone back to that coffee shop, and I probably never will, honestly. Like, that's how serious I take boycotting. So obviously when I saw Kanye West's thing, it was like making me think about all of these places that I've never gone back to. And then I thought, oh, maybe I could use that for my content, like a betrayal boycott list, because obviously working for yourself, there are experiences that you have as a freelancer or an online business owner that you wouldn't have in the everyday world. And it's always important to like almost reflect and know what you're facing for like what you need to set boundaries for. So I thought that would be a really interesting piece of content. Oh my god, I love that the sun's come out. Today's getting better even after just coming on here and speaking. But yeah, so I was thinking, okay, what would I say for clients? And obviously there's the usual things like late invoice payments, lack of communication. And recently I've struggled with a client last month that I onboarded only for a short-term basis, but we ended up cutting the contract shorter. And one of the reasons was because I've been doing this for 2 years. I obviously have the experience of myself, but all of the other girls as well. And I just know that if you have a bad gut feeling, you need to follow it. And I'd seen a few messages in this client's account where people were chasing for payments, and I thought, I can just imagine getting to the end of this month and be in the exact same position, chasing for payment, chasing for replies. So I just had a bad gut feeling, ended the contract after just a month, all's fine. And then I checked so I woke up this morning, I just had a feeling that today was going to be one of those days, and I obviously had in my mind about this, like, okay, you're going to do a bit of content about a boycott list. And I went to go check my bank account, no payment still, no reply again. So I am literally just at my wit's end, because I just hate when clients think that they can get away with this. And it's also like, I honestly am quite chilled. Like, I wouldn't mind if you had said to me before the payment was due, okay, I'm not going to be able to get this over. Is there any leeway? Or if I can send you this amount and then I can send you this amount after someone else pays their invoice. But this particular client, there's just no communication, and that's pretty much how it was when I was working on her account anyway. Unless it was something that was going to directly benefit her, then I would struggle to get a response. And it's all about just knowing in your gut what you should put up with. But anyway, because of that, I am just at my wit's end, and I will be messaging this particular client as much as possible, because it went from, sorry I didn't have a chance to check my emails with your invoicing because I was traveling, and then in the same message she says, also I'm going to have to send you this after a few other invoices have come through. And it's like, I have no idea what is the hold up here now, because you've given me two very different excuses, and it's just frustrating. So it's just all about being prepared and knowing exactly how to deal with these situations. And because I've obviously helped so many people when it comes down to this, like actually get paid and like overcome these sorts of obstacles, then yeah, my boycott list, I am going to put one together because it will be incredible. So I had that in my mind today, which set me probably off on a bit of a downward spiral. Then because I didn't sleep much yesterday, and I think it is because I had a coffee and my ADHD medication, I thought today I'm going to do no caffeine. So that's probably sent me into a bit of a bad mood, because I am addicted to coffee. And yeah, but anyway, then I thought I'm not gonna scroll as soon as I wake up. And first thing this morning, I went on my phone and I started scrolling, and then I was just so annoyed at myself. And you know when you've done something and then you're like, oh, I may as well just carry on. And then I was getting more annoyed at myself. So it was like this whole divergent thing where I'd go to scroll and then I'd be annoyed at myself. Then I'd be like, oh wait, but you've already ruined it for today anyway. So then I'd go to scroll again, which is such a bad way of doing things. Then I was just annoying myself by just repeatedly doing this. And I completely understand, like, habits are something that will have to change over time, but I am just in such bad habit of going on my phone and scrolling. And with what purpose? Because I have all of these ideas when it comes to my content, and I think that is actually been negatively impacting the content that I put out, because I start comparing myself, I start overthinking what I'm doing, and then the more time that I spend scrolling, the less time I spend creating. So that's my new motivation for not scrolling as much. Oh, Sally's got something in his ear, bless him. Oh my gosh, I'll get that out after. But yeah, so that is my whole vibe today. And then I thought, okay, right, you're having a bad day, you're being really mardy, what can cheer you up? And since I started uni, I've always been someone that can work in front of the TV, and I know people think that's crazy, people think I'm lying, but listen to what I've discovered today, which is actually like beneficial, sad, like it's just too much, to be honest. It's not something that I wanted to happen today. And I thought, I'm going to chill myself up, watch some OG Real Housewives, season 5, like some of my favourite bits, while I'm doing like all of the admin tasks, getting myself ahead, because tomorrow is going to be an amazing day. I sit down and I put on Real Housewives, and then I'm just like, okay, wait, let me just pause that while I do this. And then I realised, like, for the last month, I'd say since I've been religiously like taking medication for my ADHD, I think I've sat with the TV on but paused 95% of the time, because I can't concentrate on what I'm doing if the TV's on. And then it made me think, oh my God, like the ADHD medication is obviously working, and I'm obviously concentrating and trying to focus on this one thing. But then I thought, oh my God, like I actually loved the fact that I could work in front of Real Housewives, and like that's some of my favourite days. So then it was just sending me on like a downward spiral that I'd seen that. So anyway, so this is like a mardy, moany vlog, because that is exactly how I'm feeling today. I'm just so annoyed that I'm so mardy and moany, even though great things have happened to me today. Like I put a holding deposit on a flat with my best friend in Manchester, which we're moving to next month. Be very different views from the garden here. Like I won't have the dogs, which will be so sad. And oh my God, like the sun's come out and it's all bright now that I'm talking about positive things. And I caught up with one of my friends from uni, and he sent me a really lovely message afterwards, and I just opened up to him. Like, not everything is as perfect as it seems. Obviously I'm going through something today where I'm mardy, but just like, I think it's always, I didn't really know what to put on here today, but I thought these are like actual online business owner struggles, and like as a person, I want people to work with me because they know that I can provide them with a skill, because they know I can provide them with confidence, but because I can provide them with experience. So I always think it's best to share like the whole journey that I'm on. And I would like to say that with every challenge, I think that I do tend to rise above it quite well. Like with everything, I always try and see the positives in life. And that's something that I think is really benefited me since starting my own online business, and something that I definitely recommend to anyone that's starting it. If you're a negative person and you're like, oh, that won't happen for me because I don't have the skill, it's gonna be much harder for you to experience success in the same way that I have. And with everything, there's swings and roundabouts, but it's all about knowing how you can overcome them. And obviously today I've not done the best job. Like I thought, okay, I'm just gonna do easy tasks, I'm gonna sit in front of the TV and I'm gonna work. And now I can't do that because I'm too locked in. And yeah, so it's all benefits. And like I'm not gonna lie, I did cry sad tears because I was like, it's one of my favorite things to do, sit in front of the TV. And this has been happening for the past month or so, where I've just sat with the TV paused in front of me. And now, yeah, I've just really come to realize that it's not because I hate the Real Housewives, it's just because I can't concentrate on it. And it's gonna have to change, which is such a shame. But it's also really great for me because I'll be more locked in and dialed into doing everything like this. And I literally cannot wait to move into the apartment because it will just be so gorgeous having all of the different workspaces. My parents are away at the moment, which has meant that I've had like free reign of the house, and obviously the dogs have been in my content a lot more because they're not following my mum, they're following me. But it'll be nice to have my own space in Manchester, but then also be able to come back to London and almost have like a holiday vibe and see all my friends and family back here. But yeah, really looking forward to it, and just like the cute little private co-working, public co-working. It's going to be so fun. Movie room. I literally can't wait, but until that time, you will be finding me in this garden whenever it is above 15 degrees in my comfies, because that is exactly the vibe that I was going for today. So I'm going to do Pilates now. I'm going to be in a way better mood, and then I'm going to lock in for 2 hours. Then I'm just going to switch off, you know, and watch Real Housewives, I think. It's just been a day. But I hope you enjoyed my run. Maybe I should do more of these because I feel way more positive and like better since doing that. And yeah, anything to make me feel better. And I hope that you have enjoyed seeing that it's not all sunshines and butterflies and rainbows, but I try and make it. Tomorrow I'm going to go and work tomorrow I'm going to work here actually, and then I'm going to go for a coffee date with my friends and their kids, which will be so gorge. And then I might be seeing another friend in the evening, so it's going to be much funner day. And that's almost why I was like, stay in your trackies, stay in your comfies, and watch Real Housewives and treat yourself. But obviously God had other plans. They want me to give my full attention to Real Housewives after I finished all my work. That feels so much better. I'm literally just like, I can't even bother to turn it off. I could speak here for ages, but I will let you go. Till tomorrow.